out by the time they. By the
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Inside the Big Dynasty League. With me, as always, is the commish, Clyde Randall Waters, and the stat man, Petey Cunningham. Let's get right into it. Let's take a look at last week's matchup of the week.
matchup of the week.
Last week's matchup of the week was Mr. Clutch's fake football team versus the convicted Llamas. Stat man, break it down for me.
I tell you what, convicted Llamas came into this week having a shot at the division. They needed to go 2-0 or 1-1, get a little help, have Wayne Enterprises lose, and then convicted Llamas. Man, just this llama was just running and then just hit a rock and just face planted.
They got the fainting goats.
Yeah, this was bad. This was bad. Convicted Llamas comes into this with, I haven't checked this. Might be a season low efficiency. Might be an all-time efficiency rating low, though. 62.6% efficient for the Llamas. Ouch. Alex Smith on the bench scoring 45. Did not see that coming. Mr. Clutch, though. This team, I predicted them to miss the playoffs. They proved me wrong. I think they got 10 wins. They're in 156 for Mr. Clutch's fake football team. Russell Wilson. That addition of him been a difference maker on Mr. Clutch's team. Wouldn't be here without him. Got 17.9 from Marquise Goodwin with Jimmy Garoppolo's debut. But this one was just a whooping. Commish, you got anything to add on this one?
Well, Mr. Clutch's fake football team, their victory of a 70.58 point win over the Llamas. Was, like you said, led by Russell Wilson, who's third in quarterback ranking this week. So that was definitely a big pickup. But the Llamas here, you really have to wonder, what were the Llamas convicted of?
Convicted of not setting a good lineup this week. You can't bitch Alex Smith. He's a star quarterback. He's the man.
He's had some rough weeks. I don't blame him. Jared Goff has had the hot hand for the last few weeks. I think it was a rough week.
He needs to win, man.
But I think Kansas City's in a pinch now. I don't know. Rough week for the Llamas, but I think going forward, they have a good shot in these playoffs.
They've got to work out that efficiency. Faux show.
No doubt about it.
So I will say this. When you have a lot of good players, efficiency rating is hard. Because you got to make a lot of decisions. When you have a team that is what it is, you just have to play it, you get the higher efficiency ratings.
I will say I've never had a hard time deciding who to start. Let's start this player who might get 5 points, or this player who might get 5 points. And it's like, whatever. Shot in the dark.
You were only 68% efficient this week, though.
Hey, what can I say?
So,
all right, any other matchups that we feel we need to take a look at, gentlemen?
Well,
I don't know about matchups, but I just want to point out, Comish's team scored 197.5 this week, and as he pointed out to me before the show, didn't even realize it, but if he had played Josh McCown, he would have scored 224 points which would have been a league record by 20.
Oh, man. Team is looking scary.
No, wait, that would not have been a league record, no.
I think
that would have been the league record by 4 over Sarah. She scored 220. But, yeah, this team not slowing down. You got almost 54 points from the Saints running backs.
Yep.
This is crazy. This team is coming on strong. I think they're going to have a few weeks to play in the playoffs.
Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and go right into the awards with that. Let's take a look at the Hershey Milk Dud of the week. Who is getting the Milk Dud this week? Statman.
This one goes out to Tom Brady. As we just talked about, Los Pandas Desnudos. 6.92 points for Tom Brady. Made that trade right at the deadline to get him. Thought it was going to be a difference maker. Didn't even need him this week, though.
Yeah,
I mean, he could have went full Dak Prescott this week and you'd have been fine. But I think...
you never go full Dak Prescott.
You never go full Dak Prescott. Don't do it. Not recommended for your team. He could have done it and you would have been fine, though.
Next, we got the Ram Pickup of the Week, brought to you by Ram Trucks. They're really cool trucks. This one's going out to who? Kamish.
Oh, this week it's going out to an interesting one. The Chargers defense, who was picked up by Wayne Enterprises, putting 19 points up for your big wins this week.
That's right. They're going up against the Browns. Much as I love Josh Gordon, I knew that Deshaun Kaiser's not good. And the Chargers would throw up a lot of points. So,
all right. Next up, we got the Whoopin' of the Week, brought to you by Mike's Bodega. Who is earning this one this week? Statman, give us the math. There's a lot of numbers here, a lot of digits.
yeah, this one was worse than a double up. Not quite a triple up. Little inside the BDL crime here. We had Los Pandas Desnudos beat the Bourbon Barons by 121 points. 121 points. That beatdown was worse than 5 teams. 6 teams scored this week. That's rough.
My team is not very good, is what I'm learning over the course of the season. As I maybe should have tried to make some more adjustments. I don't know. Next up, we got the Resurrected Team of the Week, brought to you by Lazarus Department Stores. This week is going out to Mr. Clutch's fake football team, going from a loss to a double win week and a 42-point increase in his total score. Way to go, Mr. Clutch's fake football team. That really helped you out. Next, we got the Poopery Poo Poo Team of the Week, going to who? Kamish.
Well, to the team that the Los Panas Desnudos laid a smackdown on, that'd be the Bourbon Barons.
Is it possible that I have broken a record for most Poopery Poo Poo Team of the Week?
It might be.
You have to go back and look at that.
I have to look at the records. Next up, we got the Breakout Player of the Week, brought to you by Proactive. That one is going out to who this week? Statman.
This one is going out to Tyreek Hill, 36.5 for Los Pandas Desnudos.
All right, well, let's take a look at the playoffs.
Playoffs?
Playoffs.
Come
Playoffs.
Break it down for us.
Well, whoo! Like we said, exciting finish to the regular season. And we had a lot of people, a lot of teams trying to secure those playoff spots. We had one division locked up. We had another division hanging out there. The team was going to... So here's what happened. So we go and we look at it here. And starting off, we're going to take a look at the Gotham City division, where we had a battle between Wayne Enterprises and Convicted Llamas to see who was going to finish on top. Wayne Enterprises had the edge going into last week, and they maintained their top spot, finishing 14-2, which is one of the best records ever to be had in the regular season in the BDL.
That is a factual statement.
That is factually correct.
So your wins this week secured the Gotham City division for you,
And a payout.
And the payouts also puts you firmly in the playoffs
Get
with
that
a first-round
money.
bye. We can't say that you have the best record ever in BDL history. You do, but you don't have it as a solo.
I have to freaking share it.
Because in the new Dana Gang division, the San Francisco 69ers, and that is...
A sex joke, ladies and gentlemen.
Also finished 14-2. Again, best record in regular season BDL history, shared with Wayne Enterprises. They have their division locked up. They cemented it this week, winning out. And again, they have the first round bye in the playoffs. So we have the top two teams, both 14-2, both getting a first round bye. But where did they get seated?
Oh, drama.
Well, looking at the playoff bracket, we go to the tiebreaker from overall record. Starting off, going into the head-to-head record, Wayne Enterprises gets the number one seed because they beat the Niners, handing them one of only their two losses this season earlier in week 4, I believe. Week 4.
I don't know. Yeah, that sounds right.
I think it was week 4.
It was a doubleheader week.
It was doubleheader week. You beat them, secured your number one seed in the playoffs, giving the San Francisco 69ers the number 2 seed. Congratulations.
Thank you. Good job to Ben. Glad I could give him a loss. And I know you're going to get in the matchups, but I think this is the 4th time out of 5 years I've been the 1 seed. This is the number 1 year that I did not want to be the 1 seed, though. Do not like these 4 or 5 matchups.
Well, let's take a look at our 3rd seed.
All right.
Who is that?
The 3rd seed goes to our 3rd best record in the league, which is the Convicted Llamas, finishing the season 11-5, number 2 in the Gotham City division. They secure the 3rd seed. So, the 4th seed goes to Mr. Clutch's fake football team.
Whoa, with their double win.
That's right. They're 10-6 finishing the season, number 2 in the new Dan and Gang division. And, finishing strong there. Two wins this week. It's super nice for them there. Yeah. All right. The 5th seed goes to Los Pandas Desnudos.
Los Pandas Desnudos. Who I believe were last in the league last year.
That is correct.
Turning your team around.
That is correct. Back into the playoffs.
I don't think I can do it.
This is the highest seed in the playoffs. Second playoff appearance for Los Pandas Desnudos. Their highest seed is the 5th seed. Finishing the season 9-7. 2 wins this week. They're on a 3-game win streak. And looking pretty strong, if I don't say so myself.
This team is like the Steelers of the BDL this year. Rolling in as that 5 seed, the team that nobody wants to play. I want no part of Los Pandas Desnudos, and unfortunately, if you win, I get you 2nd round, and I'm not excited about that. So, Mr. Clutch, get the win. Do your thing.
All right.
He doesn't fear you, Mr.
Finishing
Clutch,
off our playoff field.
He has no respect for you.
That's true.
It's the number 6
Right.
seed.
It's true.
Not
Which
not
is...
Me. I respect you.
Get off me!
Get off me!
That's right. Get off me, who, I believe, week 2...
Did their annual fire sale. Panicking.
Yeah. Done for the season, trading away everything, and
Lost David Johnson for the year.
Lost David Johnson for the year.
Still makes the playoffs.
Still makes the playoffs. 8-8. They just eked into the playoffs there. Only team in the league to finish 8-8 as they come in as the 6th seed, making the playoffs when they thought all hope was lost. So, exciting. They will be playing the Convicted Llamas in the 1st round. So we'll see where this goes. But the playoffs are here.
I like it.
Now, let's take a look at what could be considered the 2nd most important tournament in the league this year. The Toilet Bowl Bracket.
Drama in the Toilet Bowl bracket.
Yes. So, in the Toilet Bowl, we have 2 teams that were tied for record, rounding out the 7th and 8th seeds overall in the league to get the number 1 and number 2 seeds in the toilet bowl. And that is between the Skyline Chili Slingers and the Scarlet
I
Peeps.
love that chili.
Both these teams, they finished 7-9, and also for both these teams, it is both their first times missing the playoffs.
Wow.
Whoa. Ooh. So who ended up where? Well, based on the head-to-head tiebreaker, the Skyline Chili Slingers are getting the number 1 seed in the toilet bowl, and the Scarlet Peeps number 2 seed as it is. So, where did everyone else end up? The number 3 seed in the toilet bowl, surprisingly, Wet Stuff on your Red Stuff.
Newcomer to the league.
Turning it on here at the end of the season. Has a hot hand right now. Gets up from the bottom of the league and has a chance of making a run for a first-round pick in the college draft. Then our 4 seed is the EBDB-B&B.
EBDB-B&B. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is not only a reference to a show that is several years old now, but it's also a sex joke.
But EBDB-B&B also had a rough start to the season, but put some up from there and made some surprise wins and gets off from the bottom of the barrel.
This was a team that a lot thought might not win a game this year.
Right.
And they got 5.
Yeah.
5 wins.
Then we have the Unseen Academicals. And finally, the last seed, the bottom of the league, the Cincinnati Bourbon Barons.
Yeah.
The Bourbon Barons finishing 2-14 for the year.
Not very good. Not very good at fantasy football, apparently. At least when it comes to this league. Although other leagues, 3 out of 5 leagues I've been to playoffs. But this league, I can't figure it out. Hopefully, that'll change.
I think we got a matchup in one league, don't we?
I believe so.
I think we do.
So, in the Toilet Bowl, week 1 of playoffs matchups, we have Unseen Academicals versus EBDB-B&B, and the Bourbon Barons versus Wet Stuff on your Red Stuff, which too is also a
sex joke.
Yes. All right. So that's the playoff pictures here, people. What an exciting season! A lot of stuff shaking up.
Take a drink.
I love it so much.
Ice Mountain, not a sponsor, but that water is remarkable.
It's so good.
Good job, gentlemen. All right. Let's go ahead and go into our quick 2-minute playoff drill. Who's going to win these 4 matchups? Let's start with Los Pandas Desnudo versus Mr. Clutch's fake football team, Statman. Who are you taking?
I can't go away from Los Pandas Desnudos. This team ended the year on a high note. 197. It's got the Saints running backs, Keenan Allen, Funchess, Greenhill, Tom Brady. There's not a weak link. The weak link would be Austin Hooper, the tight end. But he's still solid. Los Pandas Desnudos is going to get the win. And would this be the first playoff victory in Los Pandas Desnudos history?
Would be.
Ooh, exciting.
Man, Kamish, who are you taking?
Got my pandas, man. Los Pandas Desnudos.
I personally know how it feels to get mauled by those naked pandas, and it ain't good. It's awkward and unpleasant. I'm taking the pandas for the sweep. Next up, we got the Convicted Llamas versus Get Off Me! Get Off Me! All right, Kabish, who are you taking?
Well, this one's going to be hard to call. I think it's going to be a close matchup. But I think the Llamas were going to get over that efficiency problem and come out victorious.
Statman, who are you taking?
Man, this is close. We've not had a close shave all year in the BDL.
What?
I could see this game being a close shave.
A playoff close shave. That's even closer.
That's even closer. In favor of the Convicted Llamas. So I'm going. I like Get Off Me's team, but I just think Convicted Llamas has more firepower.
I'm taking the Llamas as well. I think last week was just a mere blip on the way to victory for them. So that makes this one a sweep. Now we're going to the toilet bowl. to the toilet bowl. We got the EBDBB&B versus the Unseen Academicals. Commish, who are you taking?
I'm taking the EBDBB&B.
Statman.
EBDBB&B.
I'm taking the EBDBB&B as well, which makes this a sweep. Next up, we got the Cincinnati Bourbon Barons.
Are we going to finish on a sweep?
Last place, and we got the wet stuff on your red stuff. Statman, who you taking?
3 sweeps so far. Do we have a 4th? I'm taking the Cincinnati Bourbon Barons. Upset City hits the toilet bowl.
I love it when the Statman picks me because it makes me feel good. Commish, who you taking?
Oh, I'm taking wet stuff on your red stuff.
And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I believe in myself, so I'm taking myself. The Cincinnati Bourbon Baron.
That's no sweep.
No sweep.
Man, they got a hot hand right now. And when we pick them, they lose.
Did they just go 1-2 though?
Yeah, they did, but they still got a hot hand.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, playoffs are upon us.
They lost because we picked them. At least that's what it says. Karma.
It's probably true.
Karma.
Good luck to the teams that we picked to sweep
All right.
this week.
Anyways, speaking of those close shaves, we've had no close shaves in the BDL. But in the ADL, I've been a part of 3 close shaves this season. When you total the points difference between all the matchups, it's still like 0.7. It's not even a whole point. The difference between 3 matchups I've been in.
The ADL
was this week.
For the record, I'm in the playoffs in the ADL.
He's in the playoffs in the ADL. He has the lowest points in the league by 100 points. He has the worst all-play record in the league.
But
he's not even the last seed of the playoffs. He's the 5th seed.
I'm in the playoffs. I win the games I need to win in that league. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, set your lineups. Have fun. Set your lineups. That'll do it for us tonight. Goodbye.
Good luck.